I am Laminjai and this is News Review. Coming up today, Boubacar Keita's bail hearing has stretched into Wednesday as the judge in the case has adjourned the case after state and defense lawyers locked heads over the bail application there, lasting for a massive 3 hours there. There was also a bedlam on Monday when hundreds of youth really claimed that they won a jackpot, thereby be winners, demanding that the company pays them. This ran into the sum of nearly $51 million really, and there was bedlam all over there. We have a report on that, and I also speak with the Chief Executive Office of the company, Mr. Hassan. There also, my party today held a press conference along the lines of public security there vis-a-vis the intense, pressure on the part of the police there after the Gorgimbub Ibrahima Sane incident, alleged incident there. This and more coming up, but first we will do a review of the newspapers. I will begin with the Standard. They are reporting that Gorgimbub has been placed on administrative leave. Barrow will betray Gambians if he allies with APRC. US-based Gambian threatens to sue physical planning. Combo East chief. 49 new COVID-19 cases recorded, 2 deaths. Single mothers scheme launched. So quickly, the stories. Gorgimbub, commander of anti-crime unit, has been placed on administrative leave. Police spokesman Superintendent Lamin Jai confirmed to the Standard yesterday. I can confirm to you that Gorgimbub has been put on administrative leave over the alleged attack on Ibrahima Sane, and an investigation panel has been constituted to look into the allegations there. Barrow will betray Gambians if he allies with APRC. The chairperson of the Victims Center has called on Gambians to boycott Barrow's National People's Party in the polls if they form any alliance with the former ruling APRC. Sheriff Kijera also warned President Barrow that any alliance with APRC will be a betrayal to the core principles of the 2016 change, as well as the victims of Jame. US-based Gambians threatens to sue physical planning, Combo East chief. A US-based Gambian has threatened legal actions against physical planning, Combo East chief, and one Winston E.E. Abel Thomas, a land dealer, for allegedly conspiring to take his land in Pirang Berending. Mohamed A. Jawara alleged that the said land was bought by himself and Suleiman Jawara from Muhammadu Toure and his brothers of Pirang Berending, but according to him, Thomas allegedly sold part of the land to one Mohamed Jagana. 49 new COVID-19 cases registered, 2 deaths. The Gambia continues to see exponential increase in COVID-19 cases with 49 new ones registered yesterday. The country now has reached more than 150 cases in the last 4 days with 2 more deaths. Yes, now we'll see what the point is saying. Gorgimbub sent on administrative leave. That's reported there by the Standard. 3 years Jotna case fails to proceed. 2 new deaths as 29 fresh COVID-19 cases confirmed. MJ Finance boss calls on Gambians to support Barrow's development agenda there. So according to the point, the criminal case involving the leaders of 3 years Jotna group on Monday, 27 July 2020 could not proceed as Justice Aminata Saho Sise was indisposed. Clerks at the High Court told journalists the protest leaders of 3 years Jotna were granted bail on the 24th February 2020 by the Banjul High Court, and since then they have not appeared before the court. Yes, I think pretty much that is all we have for you on the newspapers. But the point is also reporting that driver arrested for murder. Police in the Central River region have arrested one Bakari Jallo, a driver, for reportedly stabbing one Ibrahima Sanyang in his stomach, leading to his death. The suspect is currently detained at Janjambure police station as investigation into the matter continues. We'll take a short break. Now, Boubacar Keita, accused of raping a 15-year-old girl, has had his bail hearing adjourned following a marathon session on Tuesday. More in this report. Lawyers for the businessman on Wednesday asked a high court sitting at Bundun Magistrates Court to grant bail to the 29-year-old. Mr. Keita has been in detention and Mile 2 prison since he first appeared in court last week over allegations he raped his ex-wife's 15-year-old sister. The incident allegedly happened last year. On Tuesday, Keita appeared in court for bail hearing, which started a little after 11 a.m., as dozens turned up for a case that has garnered national attention. When the judge took his seat, a 5-man team of attorneys led by Alassane Job quickly announced they were appearing for the state. The hearing then began with the defense attorney asking the court to grant bail to the accused, insisting the offense is a bailable one. The applicant is a father of 2 children and has never had a problem with the law prior to this. Lawyer Lamin Kamara said at one point in his long argument, adding it was averred in his affidavit for bail the accused would not interfere with the witnesses and that he had no criminal record prior to this. Lawyer Lamin Kamara said elsewhere that out of abundance of caution, they filed a 20-paragraph affidavit in reply denying that the applicant will flee, will interfere with the witnesses or intimidate them, and that they relied on all the paragraphs in the affidavit sworn to by Abdoulaye Keita, the accused person's brother. State Attorney Alassane Job responding insisted the court's hands are tied in law to grant bail to the accused person. He added elsewhere in his long argument that on the issue of the provision of Section 99 of the Criminal Procedure Code, it makes it very clear that the applicant ought not to be granted bail under these circumstances. It therefore suffices to say that the grounds of bail by the court does not extend to an offense of rape, Job insisted further. Tuesday's session, however, saw the state attorney backpedal twice on some of his comments, including when he said the complainant was a victim of rape. He quickly walked that statement back after the defense lawyer took him on that the complainant was instead a victim of alleged rape. The session lasted for nearly 3 hours before it was adjourned to Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. as the judge ordered that Mr. Keita be remanded at Bundun Police instead of Mile 2 for easy access to him. The hearing attracted dozens, among them family of both the accused and the complainant. Boubacar Keita is accused of raping his ex-wife's 15-year-old sister, and his lawyers are battling to secure his release on bail pending the determination of the case.
TAF Africa Global presents the new Tulip Gardens. TAF Tulip Gardens is set to comprise service plots in sizes ranging from 220 to 570 meters square. Deposit as low as $83,600 is only an 18-month interest-free payment plan with only 20% deposit on the service plots. Please contact 376-2333 or 776-2333. Free. TAF Africa.
Now, it was bedlam at the on Monday when hundreds of youth really claimed winners betting company refused to pay them $12,500 each after they claimed to have won a jackpot on Sunday there. The claims are that over 4,000 people won, which would mean that the company would have to pay up to $52 million. Mati Senghor was at the Bundin police station where the matter ended up, and she came through with this report.
This is an online betting center, one of the leading Lebanese company in terms of giving back to the community. Yesterday, 27th July 2020, an angry mob gathered at the Bundin police station reporting that they won the jackpot amount offered $12,500 and 1,400 people won this jackpot totaling to $51,950,000, but the CEO said he'll be giving them each $25 and they bought their tickets for $25.
If I tell you, you will not understand. But now do
Then we should bet the same when you face some hard with Nadu. Trade to go back.
Yeah.
Understand? Guy, you get everything you when you get a CBD. You get off. Now, you finish with Bahabi, you tell fee one. Again, I mean, yep. Problem in the arm. Understand? I take fee. 12,500. You eat more than that, sir. You need fee. You want to pay, yep, it's almost $15 million. Dalasi Gambia has Gambia. So when you pay Giriala, you get. Then you are win more than that. Understand? If you need to kita, me, you go win. du ko fay de moo daan saluñ ko win so ngir yàlla nañu fay aji bi sax Banjul sax ni ko bëgg a bribe jëna ko te du mujjee de ñun fii fu ñu toog fii yaa ba suba ñu fi suba génn ñibbi du ñibbi te ñoo taal fii taal moto yëpp anything understand nga so suba bi na ko lay génne mu jee julli bi ne ku nekk ci julli understand
The squad was sent to control the situation at the Buning police station as the boys insisted that they're not leaving unless Nashir is arrested, but upon controlling the situation, some people got wounded.
Okay, comme xam nga mbiri gaañu bi ne ñëpp gis na ko comme mbiri bet la xam nga mbiri football la so dana comme mbiri kara la daal comme naat bi daxa yow da fi daxa last Wednesday xam nga mu ko jublé ba téye xaalis mu ko sànni di maye so ñun it am nañu daxa fi 12 taw ñeneen 100 taw ñeneen i 15 taw xam nga so dafa am gëne baax bi julli bi jot na lockdown bàyyi bari so kenn joobul ñun ngeen ñaxa dañoo téye suuf jaxa semaine ñoo dóor di waar bi so Holando bi mbiri 12 taw mu gaañu so mbiri baax te mu si reer xam nga so coy kenn dóor ko coy yaa doon ri yaa bu ñoo ri kenn moo ko balewaale so mu rata sifum daam moo tax di same thing moom ngeen raka bu góor ko leen ko xar fiya moo xar so loolu dafa métti so naka la nga jëlee forêt na naar ñu teg ko ñun doomi Gambie suñ kaw mun ta am waaye na tray xoolal mu fay baax bi tey wala ajuma julli bi suñ baax leen soxla maana ak mbiri gaañu bi dafa fay yëpp su yàggee rek mun naa saga dee muy ko
man tamit comme boo xanaa si gars ñoo xamante ne dañu wii nii no man tam loolu moo ma fi indi comme di same thing la rek comme lii daal nu ma ko gisee comme dafa mel ni comme advantage la you doole la gars yi nekk di jaay nit yi because bet bi dafa métti fii koo fi gis koo xam ne mi ngi wii nekkul benn ticket la play de am na ñoo xam ne ñu ngi play ay 4 ticket 5 ticket yaa ngi understand so da nga gis ne yow let's say suñu la waree refund ay 25 loolu nonsense la because su nekkoon ne comme dafa mention ne comme like jackpot bi soo ko play sax mais bi benn team rek a war a play comme benn ticket rek a war a play sax mu tane yaa ngi understand lu gaa di wax daal dafa meekut benn sens because ñu ngi wax ne jackpot bu mag bi comme boobu i14 team la yaa ngi understand dem ba si i17 comme soo lusee benn la leen mën a refund wala lii bii tam di same jackpot la yaa ngi understand waaye da nga gis ne bii tam 5 team la waaye soo lusee benn team duñu la dee refund dara so loolu moo laa wone lii fake la yaa ngi understand nit ñi leen ko téye 12,500 leen téye na gaa yi try gaa jox nit ñi seen 12,500 bi yaa ngi understand loolu moo war a am ba pare tamit xam nga tax force bi maa leen a bileen bu baax ñi respect guñu seen doomi dëkkay ñun Gambien la ñun wiya Gambien suñu fii lañ juddoo fii lañ yaroo yaa ngi understand ñun fii lañ am suñu right fii lañ xam yaa ngi understand so ñun su nekkee yaa ngi si sa right nit war ko mën a violer loolu even su nekkee ne eso nga sax wala xoolal nga nekk ay ji sax warut laa mën a jaay doole si sa right ñun fii ñun ñu fi nekk yëpp su suñu right lañ nekk déema nekkuñ fi woon barki déema nekkuñ fi woon because amuñ fi dara te soo gisee ñu ñëw fi dañ fi am dara suñ baax moo fi nekk so tax soos bi suñ ñëwee sax war yow mën a ñëw rek di pam di nit yi comme nit yi ay mbaam lañ wala i mbaam xuuxu lañ loolu is nonsense dañ war a ñëw nanka ak nit yi at least ñu find out ni soo xam su nekkee ne dañ guilty sax mais bi ñun dañoo xam naka la because lu amu fi ñun loo leen nekk di toppa Gambia fii human right mi ngi daw yaa ngi understand so loolu moo war a daw waaye daal comme nu ma ko gisee daal respect gu nit yi daal waaw ñu ne rakaam la gaa téye ñu ne rakaam moo nekk si biir because naar bi si boo xam ñu ne leen ko oo waaye xam nga depuis suba ñu ne mu ngi ko oo ñëwut so da ngaa gis ne su nekkee loolu la gaay wax man loolu ama si lu leer na waaye su nekkee loolu la loolu sax mun laa wane is nonsense because ñoom as an officers nga war a oo nit ki depuis suba mënu laa ñëw uyu loolu yabaate la dafa war a ñëw because ñun dañ nekk di play yaa ngi so problème su amee moom moo war a ñëw rectifier loolu ku nekk xam naka la because xam nga awas nit yaa ngi taxaw fii nii soo ba léegi kenn mënu taxaw wécce suñ te lii dafa nekk loo xam ne nekkul loo xam ne nit daf ko war a honoré de lii kan créer xoolal lii mun naa créer lu bëri violence la crime la yombut Gambia xam nga dafa nekk dëkk boo xamante ne comme daf yàlla moo ko bless rek waaye lii anything can happen because nit yi fu ñu ko téye right now moo nekk ne xoolal baxa bàyyi génn wala luy happen mu happen so ñoom ñoo war a try ñu try ñu sol ko gars oo naar bi mu ñëw taxaw fii nii oo liste yi jox nit yi ku nekk seen baax ba pare ma leen a appel yéen tamit xam nga soo leen ko mënee lay comme xoolal ngeen tasaare ko daal ñëpp xam ko ñoo xamante ne dañ play woon seen ticket yi sax dem gars yi leen jox 25 ñu collecte seen ticket yi ñëw wala seen code yi ñu jox leen seen baxa bi seen baxa la te leen ko war a joxe no
Bill J toola leen ma de ooyee waaw fii lu fi xew lu ko waral mooy bet bi démba géem a am so gis nga no fi gisee yëpp yuut si a fi nekka so because of bañ dam jël aleli jàmbur bañ dam di ñaan so den xosoleel seen boppa jënd seen own ticket puis play bet naar bi always daf di win comme affaire si nu ko defee tonne by tonne la sa tonne soo naanee fa nga jox sa moromu naan waaw so yuut si den win naar bi démba 12,500 am na ñoo xamante win nañ more than that ñun ngi pré 3 ticket ñi 4 ñi 5 so naar bi fu mu nekk man nu ma gis mooy na génn si ñëw uyu si youth si jox leen seen xaalis waaw because man yaakaar naa ne tey youth si seen right leen nekk seen xaalis mu ko tey bu fekkoonte ne youth si noo amee tey naar yi ñu kon time bi ñu si biir kaso bi so ñu dem ci li ji naar yi mu ñëw fay youth si seen xaalis.
la police yi wax about loolu.
waaw police yi bu ñëwee si suba ba léegi ñun noo fi indi naar bi sax because of naar bi dafa ne comme ñun fu ñu neex du dem te bu ñëwee sa police yi seen bopp ñu ko doon baax because eso bi sax génn na si biir fii mu ne ñu ne ñun nekkoon youth yoo xamante ne rôle modèle leen ëllëg dama na sax so mu ne ñun rebelle leen so foog naa ne as eso du team youth si comme man nu ma ko gisee das mean ne dafa ne comme government nam bi rebelle leen because we the youth are the government so ñoom they are not the government ñun noo nekk di government so man nu ma gisee mooy di solution lu ko mën a solve mooy na naar bi ñëw na gaa indi ji naar bi ñëw fay xale youth si seen xaalis.
The attendant at the Bijulu Betting Center Roadshow was then taken by the police to protect him from the angry crowd, but later taken back home. Reporting for the Fet in the Walk, I am Mati Senghor.
For the first time in the Gambia, your favorite GSM operator, Africell, is the first and only GSM operator to launch a brand new technology called the eSIM. The eSIM simply means you can use your phone without a SIM card. Do you have an iPhone 11, any of the iPhone X series, a Google Pixel 3, or any new phone that supports the e-technology? Then walk into any Africell customer care center and activate your eSIM today. With your virtual Africell SIM, you can use more than one number without having a physical SIM card in your phone. Enjoy this brand new technology for the first time in the Gambia, brought to you by Africell. eSIM, your phone without a SIM card. For more information, please call 111. Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow.
So I'm now joined by Mr. Hassan Nasir, that's the Chief Executive Officer or the owner of B Winners Sporting or Betting Company there. Mr. Hassan, good evening. Good evening, Mr. Hassan. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening, sir.
Yes, Mr. Hassan will be speaking to us via, over Skype. So first things first, these claims there that over 4,000 youth won Sunday's jackpot. If you are to pay each one of these young people $12,500, that would amount to about $12 million. But are these claims, are they true?
First of all, good evening to everyone, and thank you for letting me explain the jackpot product and the situation with the winners.
Yes.
As we all know, all over the world and in the Gambia as well, the first prize of a jackpot is a shared prize. Anyone can go to the terms and conditions in our website and see it there very clear. And you can even Google it to add to that. You can even Google share about the jackpot prize. So to answer to your question, yes, there was about 4,000 winners on the shared prize of a jackpot. That's true.
You mean, is this a shared prize or individually each won 12,500? Which is it? Because the youth, what they are claiming is that each of them won.
It is a shared prize.
It is a shared prize. So,
yes.
So what led to this problem then, this confusion that all of them are saying that they individually won 12,500? What led to that?
Today, as I speak to you, we were at the police station and I met with 15 representatives of this group that came from Bundum and from several areas. And I explained to them, but they don't want to understand and go according to the terms of condition. Our terms and condition clearly states that the jackpot money will be equally divided between all of our winners. And this money is waiting for all the customer who won.
Yes. But how comes was this not explained to them prior to them playing the jackpot? Was this not explained to that this was a joint jackpot, not necessarily an individual one?
Again, I will repeat for you that the terms and condition it's very straightforward for this product. I can even quote it to you directly from our website under the section of betting rules. In the event multiple winner, the jackpot will be shared.
Okay, so this was there, but the youth apparently did not understand this, did they?
It is there. It is there for the past few years. Since I started Jackpot, we started the first Jackpot was 14 teams, and that was 1 year ago. And now, recently, 2 weeks ago, we decided to put a new Jackpot, which is 5 teams. But Jackpot is Jackpot. It doesn't matter whether it's 1 team, whether it's 10 teams. Once we say Jackpot, it's a Jackpot. So the Jackpot first prize is shared. For example, I can give you an example. In Gambia, there is another betting companies, which I would not like to call names. They are running PMU. And today, if anybody wins the Jackpot of PMU, if multiple players win it, it's a share. They all know it. And again, to just address to your question, number one, that you asked me about the 4,000 people that won. And I clearly told you, yes, out of this 4,000, there's more than 2,000 people that already understand the rules and they accepted our terms and conditions.
So it is the other 2,000 that clearly didn't understand. But there was a lot of noise. And what happened was the youth were so angry to the extent that they descended on your colleague there, but for the intervention of the police in saving him from the angry mob there. And one thing also that has been said is that when they got to the police, they requested that you come to the police station, but you never showed up. You refused to come.
That was yesterday you're talking about.
Yes, yesterday, yes.
I was going to the police station, and then so I decided not to go, because I am also, as I speak to you, I am receiving lots of threats, live threats on my phones, messages left and right.
So they are threatening you. You are saying that your life is at risk as we speak.
As we speak, I believe that.
You believe that? But now today you went to the police, went to the Kairaba police station. When you got there, what really happened?
We went to the police station and we met with the commissioner of the regional, and my lawyer was present, and 15 young customers, my customers, came representing the group that was, according to them, the group that was waiting at Westfield. So we went to the police station, to a small hall, and each one of them said what they have to say, and I again explained to them the rules and conditions of Jackpot, which they clearly know, because before they went and played the Jackpot to any of my agents, they went through the website, they created a coupon, and even when you're going through the website, at the bottom of it, you will always see that there is rules, there is terms and conditions, there is rules of betting. It's all stated in the website. It's clearly stated. If you have a separate phone, or if you can connect, I can give you my website and you will see it clearly stated there. So these boys, they know what they're doing, and they know exactly the terms and conditions of this Jackpot. And to add to that, it's because of this COVID-19, we have been shut down our premises for the past 5 months. But in our premises, if we open any of the premises, we still have flyers hanging up in the walls stating that the Jackpot, and down you will see terms of condition applied, and it's all written down there.
So now what we have found out is that your company is one of the leading betting companies in the country. You have done pretty well. You have even changed the life of a young man recently by awarding him $1 million. But really this problem, it will certainly have an impact on the image of your company there.
Unfortunately, that's true. We work hard to give our players the best service, the best bonuses, and the best odds available in the market. We want to have more life-changing stories. We do support CSR activities. We do believe in our customer. We see all what we have to give them back. We always think how we can do better and improve ourselves. We can hope that we will see them again and have the change their lives.
So now the police, did they ask you to come back, or what are they saying now?
The police, according to when I was there, the police stated that it's a civil matter. If anyone has an issue, a case against, they can proceed to the court.
Are you ready to take that route?
To be honest with you, the company has its term and condition, and we have our rules. We know that we are at no fault because we are working under the government, under the laws of the government of the Gambia. We are paying our license, we are paying our taxes, all is up to date. And we have again, we have our terms and condition and our rules, so we cannot go against it.
Do you have any other thing to say about this incident?
The only thing I would like to tell the public, and especially to the ones that are still demanding for what they think they want, which they did not, because it's a share price. I would like to tell them that I am feeling with them, and I know what they're going through. I'm also a gambler, so I know what they're going through. But they all need to understand that there's rules, and every game has its own rules. I can tell you that for sure. They just have to really understand with the company, and we should just. I hope we solve this thing peacefully with them.
Peacefully with them. And you have stated earlier that the rule here is that when you have multiple winners, they share the jackpot, not necessarily everyone getting.
That's only for the jackpot, because if you remember a few months ago, as you early stated, we have changed a young boy life. The young boy that won the 1.2 million, or was it 1,020,000? I can't remember the exact amount. That young boy that won it, and we paid him in full because that was not a jackpot. That was individual games he played. And to add to the jackpot, these 5 teams that we chose on the jackpot, if you add the points, all these boys that are talking, they know the rules. If you add the points of these 5 teams and you multiply it by 25, you will not even get $300. So they know. So this alone should make them know why. This is why they rushed to play jackpot. They thought that it's they will try chance against the company, that, oh, okay, let's play this one. If you know that 5 teams will give you 12,000, why did you play jackpot? Why didn't you play the normal tickets? But they know that it will not give you 12,500. It will give you less than $200 or $300. I don't know the exact amount. So they went and tried. They went and played it so that they can try chance.
They went and tried chance, and it led to this unfortunate incident there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Hassan. Thank you, appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
That's Hassan Nasir, the Chief Executive Officer or owner of B-Winners betting company, speaking to us there. Now, my party also on Tuesday spoke to members of the media with particular focus on public security there. The GMC chief spoke on the lines of the Gorgui Mbub or torture allegations leveled against the anti-crime boss Gorgui Mbub and the pressure or the criticism that the police subsequently came under. Let's take a listen to what he said today in this.
Are we to reform? How serious are we about strengthening our institutions? How committed are we to our own welfare? How serious we are as citizens to change our own circumstances? For how long are we going to complain? For how long are we going to identify the wrongs without prescribing the rights? And where we prescribe the rights, enforcing the prescription of those rights through implementation. This has been the challenge of this country for the past 5 decades plus. But we have an opportunity now, we have a chance to change, and change for the better. Because the first change we have thought we can put into effect, we are still experimenting the change. And that is why today it is important for us to come out and talk about public security. But the inadequacies, the inefficiencies, the institutional loopholes that exist within law enforcement, so that we can look at it as a society, put pressure on policymakers to make sure it happens. And someone will say, when you are Minister of Interior, what have you done about it? You are talking. I have indicated the steps we have taken. You cannot reform any of the internal security institutions without implementing a security sector reform. And that was what I started during my time. We started with a security sector assessment report of the country. We validated it during my time. We created a document. We started working on strengthening and reforming and strengthening the institutions, reorientation, and of course, re-equipment of the Gambia Police Force. And that was why I sought, through my effort as Minister of Interior, to bring into the funds of the ministry the sum of $90 million during my time to use in order to equip the Gambia Police Force. and other supplied institutions. And I left these funds there. They were supposed to go towards providing the tools and the necessary wherewithal in order to empower our institutions so that they can continue to perform their duties. I am very proud in the main of the men and women in our uniform, from the Gambia Police Force to the immigration, to the prisons, to the drug law enforcement people. And I'm not saying that things don't go wrong. Things have gone wrong in all of these institutions. But it is a process of growth. This is a process of development. And in every development process, you are bound to make some mistakes. You are bound to go wrong. But when we do as a country, we learn from the lesson, we correct, and we move on. We don't continue to moot in the mistake. We don't continue to magnify the mistake. We move on with it. Mistakes have been done. Mistakes have been identified. Let us work together to correct them as a country and move on. We cannot continue to live in the past. The past is done. We have the ability to influence tomorrow. We have the ability to work on today. And that is what we should work on now. The security sector reform has failed. The security sector reform is in abyss. The security sector reform is not given the priority it needs because politics has overtaken it. We must come back to the drawing board and focus on reforming the security sectors, not only the Gambia Police Force or those under the Ministry of Interior, but equally the National Intelligence Agency, which we now call the SIS, the armed forces, in terms of its personnel, in terms of its logistics, in terms of its resources, and all that. This is what is necessary we must do today. So while we are today clamoring for change, the anti-crime must stay and should stay. And I'm urging the government to strengthen it, to reform it, to empower it with the tools necessary so that it can continue to protect Gambians across the country. But anti-crime must also be duplicated in other parts of the country, not only in the western area, in the metropolitan area. We need anti-crime in the Upper River Division. We need anti-crime in the CRR. We need it in NBR. We need it in the West Coast. We need it in the LRR. We need, every region needs an anti-crime, and every region needs a very robust anti-crime unit that will protect communities in all those regions in the country. And that's where we are going to attain public safety. And I believe with community policing, when you combine these two, the Gambia's trajectory towards a safe, secure, and orderly society can be achieved. This should be the concern of our people. But where we have oppression within the Gambia Police Force, where we have violations of the law and order, in any law enforcement institution, there should be clear consequences. The people who are affected should be isolated, they should be arrested, they should be prosecuted, and there should be a lesson to other law enforcement agencies that we will not allow the dehumanization of our people, we will not allow strict violations of human rights, and of course we will not allow the desecration of human dignity in our country. It is not acceptable in a democratic society that these sort of tendencies should continue to exist. And that is why today I think it is necessary that we should talk to our citizens so that we can look at where culpability lies. Where does the blame lies? Part of the blame lies with law enforcement. Part of the blame lies with the government that is not providing enough resources and that is not taking care of the needs and the demands of our law enforcement institutions, particularly domestic security. So I call on expanded funding, greater funding for the Gambia Police Force, so that they have the vehicles they need. When you report crime, they're able to report, so that they can continue to patrol our communities, so that they can be present around our border villages and towns, so that they'll be able to apprehend criminals, particularly violent criminals, and criminal gangs that are operating in different parts of our country, so that they'll be able to reduce the inflow of drugs in our country, so that they'll be able to handle all the kind of illegal immigration, which is attendant crime rise in our country. We need greater training and reorientation for our law enforcement agencies. But most of all, we need more funding. We need to put more money in security, because security has no price, it has no value. How prepared are we to reform? How serious are we?